feel like this is an accurate representation of what it feels like to fall for somebody or realize that you have feelings for somebody. Because you can just be like talking to them, being like, oh yeah, the weather's great, blah blah blah, and then you start being like, uh-oh. I smell it coming. I know it's coming. I can have feelings now. And it hurts. It's exciting, but it hurts. Fuck you, Cupid. Okay, so you're gonna need a few things first before you get into this. First one being your prosthetic. In this case, it's gonna be an arrow coming out of our chest. I made this one, very loosely made this one. This is a dowel rod that I got from Hobby Lobby. It was like 20 cents, and I just broke it into the length I wanted, and then I couldn't find like a light thin like arrow shaped charm or pendant, so I had to get this one. It's very pretty. It's very pretty, but it's very heavy. So I tried putting this on last night to see kind of how it was gonna stick. I tried gelatin at first and it wasn't really holding it all that well. This is just layered liquid latex and cotton balls and tissue paper. A note with this though, it's really saturated. It's gonna be weighed down by the weight of the arrow. So you kind of have to hold it up until it dries, or you can do what I did and I just laid it down at like an angle that I wanted and let it dry overnight so it completely hardened, and I noticed right away it's already kind of standing up a lot easier just when I like tape it down. So awkward filming in a full house. Alrighty, so apply a layer of liquid latex to the area the prosthetic's gonna go. You're gonna stick it on, you're gonna hold it on there until it's done, and then you're gonna cover the prosthetic again in latex, extending it past the edges. Then you're just gonna wanna take a cotton ball and just make it look nasty. Make it look random, make it thicker in other parts. You want it to be gruesome and disgusting. And then immediately saturate that in another layer of liquid latex. Then for the edges, take a thin piece of Kleenex like this and lay it on the prosthetic, extending it onto your skin, and then apply a really thick layer of liquid latex on top of that. This is going to help blend it into your body. The trick is to keep layering until you're happy with how it looks. And make sure you let it dry completely between each layer. Sorry, I had to change. I like that shirt that I had on. I don't care about this one, and liquid latex will ruin anything that you wear. Okay, so now that you're a little bit closer, let's move on to the fun part. We don't have... Hi guys. Hi. I'm going to be going in with my Skin Illustrator Zombie palette for this, just because I really do prefer alcohol-activated paints for wounds. You can use water-activated paints, they work just fine. First thing we're going to do is we gotta irritate this. We gotta bruise it up a little bit. So for the bruises, we're gonna be taking this textured little sponge and bruise tone from the palette, or like a red color. Then you're gonna dip that in the alcohol, dip it in the paint, and then begin lightly stippling it and building it up. Gradually, you wanna keep the bruising random and all over the place. If you guys want, I can make a video on how to do bruising. You can find a million of different videos on how to do bruising, but let me know if you guys want to see a video about that specifically. Then I'm going to be taking the dark blue tone and repeat the process, just keeping it in a slightly smaller radius. Then I'm going to be going in with Age Blood. This is just a darker red tone for those of you using a water palette or eyeshadow or whatever. And I'm going to be putting that really dark red really right in the center of the wound, because, you know, that's where the blood is. Don't forget to bring that up the shaft of the arrow as well and onto the arrow as itself. I'm also going to be putting in a little bit of black just to create some depth. Now for the really fun part, the scab blood. using a palette knife, a popsicle stick, your finger, whatever you got, just start slathering that shit on everywhere. On the wound, on the arrow, on the shaft of the arrow. You can splatter it around if you want to make it really intense. And then I didn't think it was gory enough, so I took some little pieces of cotton and dipped them in liquid latex, then just draped them over the arrow to create these really nasty, fleshy looking phalanges. And we'll just wait for those to dry. Once your little phalanges are dry, go ahead and apply scab blood to cover those up completely. And then for more blood, because why not, I'm using this corn syrup and food coloring mixture. Regular drippy blood from the Halloween store works just fine, but this is all I had on me. And you're just going to slather that everywhere. I am keeping it more concentrated though on the arrow and making that look drippy and nasty. So if you want, you can just leave it here and let it be and go on dates, and looks pretty gnarly, looks pretty nasty. I'm gonna do something a little fun just cause you got shot by Cupid, and Cupid is probably gonna have a little fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna regret this so bad. I'm gonna throw a little magic. By magic I mean... yeah. Glitter. I don't have to do this by any means, I just want to do it because it's fun. I may not even put this in the video because it may not turn out all that great, but what are you gonna do? You know what? Okay guys, so that is everything. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this pierced by Cupid look. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that bullshit that y'all do. All that fun stuff. Bye guys.